someone asked me a very interesting question. Karam, it was this nigga that just sponsored me. Thanks for coming through, bro. He says, Etika, when did you get your first job? My first job was when I was around 16 years old, and it was at a cool little store in my neighborhood called Back to the Land. It was like an organic food store, you know? So they had like a lot of products which nowadays people would call hipster status, a lot of whole food level status, Trader Joe's and all that stuff. It was the kind of food that made you feel good for buying it, but in reality it didn't really make much of a fucking difference in terms of how you would survive or whatever. Like, nigga, it was this food that had a label on it that made you crank the price up by like 30%. So that was a cool job. One of my first jobs ever. It was nice. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. And then it ended. You know, they were just cycling through niggas, you know. So I was nigga number 386 out of, you know, like 1,000. It didn't really matter to me. So, I mean, it was just good for the experience. And I really learned, okay, this is how you function in an operation where there's a lot of pressure and people wanting things to be done of you. I enjoyed it thoroughly, though. It was a very nice job, and I liked it. And then afterwards, I don't remember. When was my next job? I had a lot of jobs when I was younger, man. It was just kind of a thing of, hey, let me just figure out what I like to do. And, you know, my mom was always very encouraging of me just, you know, finding different jobs and stuff, like, oh, you know, go out and see what you like or whatever. So I always did. I always kind of like looking for jobs and whatnot. Dude, I have the stupidest fucking experience in regards to that, man. This was when I was 17 years old. I was a sophomore in high school. No, I was a junior in high school, bro. And I remember me and my friend Ben, it was after we had both worked a couple of jobs in our time. I mean, and it was like maybe we worked like 2 or 3 jobs. And we said, bro, we got to find us something that's like serious. So we dressed up for school in a full suit, tie, and vest. And I remember my mom bought me this vest back then that was like this like gray vest, and I had it. And we literally took the shit to school because there was a uniform, a dress code that you had to adhere to. So we wore that shit, went to school with it in the book bag, then threw it on after class, and so that way we were able to like just look professional. Went downtown Brooklyn and just started literally hunting for any sort of job that would accept us, to the point where we felt sort of stupid because it was like, dude, we were going to the most dumb place. We were going to grocery store bodegas and being like, y'all niggas got jobs available? I even bought my shoes to class that time. You know why? Because my motherfucking mom, she was like, oh, you know, the more professional you look, the better the chance of getting the job, you know? So, hey, make sure you make a good first impression. And I said, well, I'm good at making first impressions. Let me go all the way. So your boy was waltzing inside a fucking Target with a full fucking suit on, shoes and everything. Motherfucker. And I even had like a little sort of convertible suitcase that my laptop bag could convert into. So I was just like, boop, boop, boom. And it was like, okay, well, I look professional now. Ben, if he was watching this shit, he would remember we were walking for like fucking 6 to 7 hours just job hunting. I mean, it's not to say that we were wrong in doing so. It was fun. It was one of the most fun memories I remember. But I just remember being like, damn, are we going to get any of these? Like, you know, and you know what was crazy? Even though we didn't take any of the jobs that we went into after, I think we both, right after that experience, we got offered like some super cool positions. How many hours did you waste? 7 hours, bro. 7 hours from the end of school. So I'm talking like around like maybe 2:30, because we got out early that day, until like 9 p.m. And we were just hunting every store, regardless of context, we walked into, and we were like, yo, y'all niggas got work, bro? You know, with a suit and a fucking shoes and a tie. Granted, I looked a little bit, let's see, I think I might have a little picture here to show you guys sort of what my outfit might have been. It might be on the lappy toppy, bro. Hold on, man. Excuse me, on the desky toppy. Let me see if I can have you. Listen, don't laugh, all right? This shit is not meant to, you know, ridicule myself, but just to show y'all niggas some context. All right, so this is me back in like 2012. It's not necessarily exactly how I looked, but this is kind of like the look I had going on. We were going around like this, basically in this sort of a way, dressed up as fuck, looking for work. It was the most ridiculous shit. I felt so silly. My mom even bought me this fan. Do you see the belt, my nigga? Let's zoom in. Hold on. Let me zoom in. It's a good thing that wasn't a fucking nude. You see the belt right here? It has a crest on it. That shit look like it's one of the fucking Wakanda tribe crests, my nigga, or some kind of medieval times type bullshit, bro. The shit was made out of like crocodile skin, and it was blue with a white tint, and it was all fucking fancy and leathered out, bro. That shit, that belt. I remember my mom spent a lot of money on that belt. This is a nice belt, you know. You gonna look good for this one. You gonna look good. You gonna get a job for this one. I was like, oh shit, okay. And it was like, oh shit, bro. A lot of those places, even though we didn't take those jobs, because like I said, opportunities came up afterwards, but we got callbacks, bro. They were like, yo, we want you to come work for us. And there must have been like maybe 4 jobs, including Target, downtown Brooklyn, near Barclays Center now. Back then, I'll tell you one thing. If y'all niggas are familiar with Barclays Center in Brooklyn, it's like the big stadium downtown Brooklyn near Atlantic Mall, which is super fancy and all that. Don't be fooled, my friend. Well, I mean, it's nice now, but back when I was going to school down there, it was a shithole. Like, that was one of the motherfucking... That was a straight... I mean, granted, it wasn't that bad. I mean, but in comparison to what it is now, bro, you could say back then it was a motherfucking shithole, man. It looks so fancy. It's like Manhattan now. But 2005 and 6, bro, you go down there and it was seedy as fuck. These huge empty lots at nighttime, you'd be feeling threatened as fuck, bro. Motherfucking be carrying mace around and all that shit, bro. It was kind of questionable, but it's crazy how gentrification, a little bit of property value money just raised the value of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how's it going to be in 10 years, man? I'm a little bit scared. It's kind of pricing niggas out. I might have to relocate my shit, nigga, but nah, never that. I love this fucking town too much. Well, Brooklyn's not really. Brooklyn's enough to be its own fucking city, to be honest with you, man. But I love this place way too much to just dip because it gets a little expensive. I'll do my best to stay competitive with the fucking price increase in here as time goes on. That's why buying something is important, bro. And I'm really trying to do so. Who knows, man? I mean, I can't judge what the future will be, but I'm going to work my ass off. And one thing I will say is that this nigga worked his off, man. He came. Let me see. I was talking for so long. I didn't read what any of y'all niggas said. Sponsor a house party from Missy Momo. Listen, you already know what's going to go down, Missy. I know your ass will probably get turned some of the most out of anybody in there. Trust me. I know what's up, girl. When it goes down, sponsors are going to know. But here's the thing. I can't have a fucking sponsor house party if y'all niggas leak the address. You leak the address and it's over, which is probably why I'm going to have a decoy address. An address where I tell people, yo, go there. And they're like, okay, we're here. That address gets leaked. Police come, they're like, shut this shit down. And then I find out who the real ones are, and it's like, actually, it's here. And bam, keep it moving. Granted, that means the other one could be leaked too, and then that one could be shut down. But you know what? Then we have a third one. This would be like the Genghis Khan. You know how motherfucking, what was the name of this thing? Genghis Khan? I don't remember who it was, but some kind of horrible leader in the past. Genghis, I think it was Genghis Khan. He had people go to his funeral, mourn his death, and then he had them people killed. And then he had the people who killed those people killed. And then he had those people killed. But do you see where the fucking lack of logic is with that shit? Like, you're a bitch. My hairline was nicer back then. But I mean, I haven't gotten my hairline touched up in a while. Just because it's like, oh, I can't find a fucking barber that I actually like. So many barbers, you know, and the only barbers that really, here's the problem. The only barbers that really know what they're doing are such fucking arrogant assholes that don't listen to the actual request of the person who's sitting in their chair. I hate when a barber comes in there and I tell them, I want this, this, and that. And they're like, okay, actually, I know better. I know what to do with your hair. I'll do this, this, and that the way I want to. And it's like, no, you fucking prick. Here's what I want. Like, can you give me, I'm paying you. Hello, do what I want to. And I've had that experience too many times to where it's like, okay, I go to a very specific barbershop that literally just bends to whatever the fuck I tell them to, like everyone's supposed to. I mean, it's so stupid, man. It pisses me off, man. These niggas, they think, I don't want no fancy type shit. I don't want a motherfucking basketball shaved in the side of my head. I don't want no motherfucking Wakanda symbol fucking put into my high top. I don't want a fucking edge cut on my shit. I don't want no blonde stripe on my shit. Just cut it the way I want you to, like this. And they're like, nah, nigga, I'm about to give you that Will Smith throwback, bro. Because when they see, here's the thing. When niggas in a barbershop see a flat top in New York City, they get all excited. They're like, oh, I can do some, I'm about to Instagram this nigga. Like, bro, I'm about to get a come up off of your back. Yo, black ass. I'm like, man, fuck your come up. Just, I don't want no crazy, just do it how I want. these niggas, man. It's like a canvas for them. Exactly. Ravens, you're saying it correctly. And there's so many of these arrogant ass barbers who are so deeply rooted in this hood nigga culture, whereas you can't tell them anything and make them, you can't tell them they're wrong. Otherwise, they start getting aggressive and they start acting crazy. I've gotten into confrontations with many a barber thanks to them being arrogant, overthinking. Oh, bro, you got a hot top? I know how to cut that shit. It sounds like such a stupid fucking problem to have, right? Doesn't it seem illogical? But granted, you come here with a flat top nigga and you try to get your hair cut, you're gonna hear the same shit, and it's ridiculous. Flying Dragon 7.